Hey guys, so today we're going to take a look at all of the SRT vehicles that FCA has to offer in their 2021 lineup, and focus on how much they cost as well. We will look at the various SRT Challengers, Chargers, and Durangos from Dodge, the two SRT Jeep Grand Cherokees, the Hellcat Ram, and also the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA and GTA M, which I know aren't SRTs, but in my eyes they are basically an SRT for the European markets. So let's get right into it. So let's start with the Dodge Charger, which will be offered in two SRT trims for 2021, an SRT Hellcat widebody and an SRT Hellcat Red-Eye widebody. All the Hellcats come in widebody only. The regular Hellcat has a starting price of $71,490 US, and the main attraction, of course, is the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 Hemi, which now makes 717 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque for the 2021 versions, and that's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The previous Hellcat Charger was tested at 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and the quarter mile in 11.6 seconds. As I said, these Hellcats do get the wide body treatment, same as last year, with the 3.5 inch wider body, 20 by 11 inch rims, and adaptive damping suspension, among other things. All the Hellcats come with a 3-mode Bilstein system with auto, sport, and track modes, electric power steering, big Brembo rotors and calipers, SRT performance pages, a 200 mph speedometer, leather upholstery, and heated and ventilated seats. The Red-Eye will jump up in price by $8,600 to $80,090, and what you're paying for there is the enhanced version of the Hellcat engine, which generates 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. Dodge claims that the Red-Eye can do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds and rip down a quarter-mile drag strip in 10.6 seconds at 129 miles per hour, which would be roughly a full second faster than the regular Hellcat. It also tops out at 203 miles per hour. When compared to a regular Hellcat, there are 25 major component upgrades, and many features are also borrowed from the Demon, things like torque reserve, SRT power chiller, after run chiller, and race cooldown. This version is the most powerful and fastest mass-produced sedan in the world, and it gets a redesigned performance hood and an airbox opening near the wheel liner. The Red-Eye also gets a 220 mph speedometer, and of course the Red-Eye logos everywhere. Next up is the Challenger. Now Dodge does offer more variety for the Challenger lineup, with a standard Hellcat and a Red-Eye, both in either wide-body or regular body, unlike the Charger, which is wide-body only. But I just want to focus on the top two models to not drag on the video. So the SRT Hellcat Red-Eye widebody will cost $76,595 for 2021, so roughly $3,500 cheaper than the Charger equivalent. And the Red-Eye again is basically the same as the Charger, just in the two-door body style of the Challenger. The Challenger always seems to one-up the Charger though, and it does so again this year with the SRT Superstock, which has an MSRP of $79,595, excluding destination, which is a $3,000 premium over the standard Red-Eye. So the whole point of the Superstock starts with the name, from the Superstock class of vehicle in drag racing. So the giveaway here would be the 18 by 11 inch wheels, finished in low gloss granite, with sticky 315/40 Nitto NT05R drag radial tires. So this is now the world's quickest and most powerful muscle car, taking that title from the Demon, since that's no longer in production. This uses the same Red-Eye engine, but Dodge oozes out an extra 10 horsepower over the Red-Eye with a powertrain calibration, bumping the total to a whopping 807 horsepower with 707 pound-feet of torque. Even though the coupe weighs 4,450 pounds, Dodge claims that 0 to 60 happens in just 3.25 seconds, while the quarter mile happens in 10.5 seconds at 131 miles per hour. The Superstock is also loaded with many Demon features like launch assist, launch control, and more. And other improvements here include a 3.09 final drive ratio, performance-tuned limited slip differential, and many suspension improvements. We can't forget about the Dodge Durango, which for the first time will get two SRT models. The SRT 392 all-wheel drive comes in at a whopping $64,490, and that has the big 6.4-liter Hemi V8 with 475 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, and the 8-speed auto. It was America's most powerful three-row SUV upon its release, and Dodge claims that 0 to 60 happens in 4.4 seconds under perfect conditions. Performance-tuned all-wheel drive is standard, along with Brembo 6-piston brakes, Bilstein active damping high performance suspension, an SRT flat bottom performance steering wheel with paddle shifters, active noise cancellation, and SRT performance pages and drive modes. The new 2021 Dodge Durango Hellcat will add a staggering $18,000 to the price of the SRT 392, coming in at $82,490. Of course, it's powered by the same 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8, and this one gets a bump of 3 horsepower to 710, and it has 645 pound-feet of torque. The performance really is staggering. The Durango Hellcat can do a 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and the quarter mile in just 11.5 seconds, so that's 9/10 of a second faster than the SRT model to 60 miles per hour. There's a new front fascia design, with a hidden cold air scoop, deleted fog lights, and a larger rear spoiler for 400% more downforce than before. The Hellcat also gets red-faced gauges, a stiffer suspension, 295mm wide tires with 20 by 10 inch wheels, and 7 SRT drive modes that you can control. The one catch with this thing, Dodge is only building these for the 2021 model year, meaning 6 total months of production, limited to however many people choose to order them. Now let's move over to Jeep, which also has 2 SRT models. Although it's no longer the top dog that it once was, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT is no slouch, with the same 6.4-liter Hemi V8 as the Durango, and a $69,145 price tag to go along with it. With the 6.4, the SRT can do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, and the quarter mile in just 13 seconds, which are remarkable numbers. FCA loves to throw the Hellcat engine anywhere they can, so the dial is turned up a notch for the Trackhawk model, which costs nearly $20,000 more at $87,650 MSRP. Both the SRT and the Trackhawk look similar, with fender flares, more grille vents, big Brembo brakes, wide 20 by 10 inch wheels, and more. Inside there's faux suede elements, and SRT performance pages among other things. Of course, the Trackhawk borrows the extreme 707 horsepower engine out of the Dodge Challenger and Charger SRT Hellcat models. The supercharged 6.2-liter V8 will drive the 4x4 Grand Cherokee Trackhawk to 60 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds, and the quarter mile in just 11.8 seconds, making it about as fast as a Charger Red-Eye to 60 miles per hour. If you're wondering, the Durango does still hold its claim about America's fastest 3-row SUV, since the Trackhawk only has 2 rows. Regardless, those numbers make it one of the fastest SUVs in the world, meant to compete with the likes of Porsche, AMG, and the M Series from BMW, in both performance and cost. Another cool feature is the all-wheel drive system, which can send almost 100% of the power back towards an electronic limited slip differential. The newly announced 2021 Ram 1500 TRX technically isn't an SRT model, but I've included it on this list since it does have the Hellcat engine under the hood. The price is starting at $71,690, or $90,265 for the loaded up Anvil Grey Launch Edition. For this truck, that means 702 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. And that also translates to a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds, the quarter mile in 12.9 seconds, and a top speed of 118 miles per hour, best in class. That's all paired with a ZF heavy-duty 8-speed automatic transmission. So those stats make the TRX the quickest, fastest, and most powerful production truck in the world. Ram really killed the design of this TRX, somehow mixing a muscular and off-road look with the classy Ram 1500 design. This is supposed to be the halo truck for the Ram brand going forward, and it is bigger than the 1500. The body is 8 inches wider, while the track is 6 inches longer, and there are new height, width, and wheelbase proportions. There are aggressive 35-inch tires, and the 18 by 9-inch aluminum wheels are 1 full inch wider than the regular Rams. The massive hood scoop and flow-through black Ram grille are downright menacing, and each of them will provide half of the air intake to the engine. The inside includes red detailing, carbon fiber trim, hand-wrapped leather instrument panel, suede seats, deeper side bolsters, a flat-bottom SRT steering wheel, performance pages, and paddle shifters for the first time ever in a Ram. There are all types of suspension upgrades here as well, resulting in 11.85 inches of ground clearance, 13 inches of front wheel travel, 14 inches of rear wheel travel, 32 inches of water fording ability, and a ramp travel index of 605. Now we move over to Alfa Romeo, which does have a Quadrifoglio model for the Giulia sedan, costing $74,500 in the US, but the GTA and GTA M are a totally different animal, a way better version of that existing Quadrifoglio. These were inspired by the original Giulia GTA and Sprint GT, produced from 1965 to 1971. The whole idea behind those was to save weight, and these new cars do that, shedding 221 pounds from the Quadrifoglio. However, while the weight went down, the price tag went way up. There will be 500 total vehicles produced, mostly for Europe, so the pricing starts at 143,000 euros for the GTA, which is $155,000 US, and 147,000 euros for the GTA M, which is $160,000 US. However, we must note that the official pricing has not been yet released for the US, since they will get a few versions of these as well. I have made a separate video on these two vehicles, so check that out in the top right corner if you want to learn even more. But again, I see these cars as an SRT variant for Europe, if you will, so that's why I've included them in this video. And the GTA M is just the more extreme racing version, and the GTA is more of the daily driver version. So the power plant is the 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V6 with 540 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time of just 3.6 seconds, which is right around the same as the Charger Hellcat. With a weight of just 3,350 pounds, the power-to-weight ratio is just 6.2 pounds per horsepower, best in class. Alongside the aerodynamic pieces added, like the aggressive front fascia, splitter, and rear spoiler, many pieces are done in carbon fiber, like the roof, hood, front bumper, wheel arches, diffuser, driveshaft, and interior trim. The inside of the GTA has Alcantara covering almost everything, including the dashboard, door panels, pillars, and center of the seats. The GTA M will take things to another level, as we mentioned, but it is a lot more impractical for daily driving, but better for the track. It is still 100% street legal as well. Lexan polycarbonate resin thermoplastic replaces the glass, there are no door handles or door panels, and the rear seats are replaced by a roll bar and an Alcantara basin to hold your racing helmet and fire extinguisher. So that's it, guys. There you have the 2021 SRT lineup. The cheapest vehicle brand new that you can get is going to cost a minimum of $64,490 US, and it goes way up from there. So what do you guys think? Are you impressed with what you get for the money, or do you think that FCA's prices are getting out of control? Let me know down in the comment section below. Remember, back in the good old days of 2005 or 2006, you could actually get an SRT 300 or Charger for just around $40,000. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.